Hey everyone, Melissa here with Find Your Own Drive, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about are you stuck and are you ready to move forward? Here's what I know being on my own journey. When we get to a place where we're feeling stuck, whether it be in our health, our wealth, our business, our relationships, our spirituality, some of that, all of that, it's the life balance circle that has us feeling that way. What I mean by that is there's a circle of our life, right? Like we're balanced in different areas with our families and our vacationing or education, spirituality, health, wellness, all of that. And what happens is we become unbalanced and we become in a place of not knowing what to do next, maybe in even like a sense of feeling paralyzed. And you have the Groundhog Day experience where you wake up every day feeling the same way, and you just can't quite shake that. You can't remove the feeling, the ickiness, the unsatisfaction that's going on. And of course, I know, in 2020, we've been experiencing a lot of different things that we've had to navigate and really take a new perspective on and create new beliefs. And what I know for sure is oftentimes that feeling of being stuck is there's a root cause in there somewhere. And it's like a root in a weed in the ground, in the garden. When you're pulling that weed, you rip it out of there and move on, and it comes back. And the reason it comes back is because we've not identified the source of why it keeps growing there. And oftentimes we have to put something on it to stop the roots from growing and the weed from coming back up out of the ground. Now, if we think about a root cause of why we're staying stuck and stalled, it's that same type of thing. There's a root that has been developed over time by either things that you've learned to believe or experiences that you had, or it could be what other people were saying and the programming that you received. So if you're feeling stuck and stalled in your current life, in your situation, I encourage you to take time and pause and get really clear on what did it look like up to that point. Yeah, see, we all have these dots back there that we can connect now that we can look back and see them. So what might be the situation, circumstance, event, someone said something that caused you to have this feeling that you're not able to move forward? Have you ever had an argument with someone out of the blue? You just get real short with them and nasty, and you're thinking, God, why did I do that? Like, I'm really not mad at them, but that just pissed me off. Have you then related to, oh, wait a minute, 2 days ago, I was really mad at this, and that person just happened to be the fall guy that got the anger? That's what happens when we bury stuff, when we keep it hidden, when we don't address it or don't look at it, because we don't want to oftentimes see what's back there or what's going on. But the health and the growth and the wellness of you and your body and the journey that you're on in life is all conditioned if you're willing to take those experiences, shine a light on them, get out of the dark places and the shadows and bring them into the light so that you can start healing, so that you can start accepting those things that you did and the decisions that you made. And even though you may not feel proud or you may feel bad or sad or maybe really happy in some places, if you're able to put those together just as a story, like a movie, they have a little bit different attachment to you. And that's where I help my clients a lot around that, because they're in this moment of trying to create their life by design and have abundance and prosperity and grow their business and be loved and healthy relationships. And that's what we want. That's what we're striving for. But when we forget that there's some story back there that we're not looking at or that we're not being a part of because we buried that shit and we don't want to dig it back up because that could just be horrible. I get it. But sometimes it's the best medicine you can give yourself. And I don't mean you have to go back to the time you're 1 or 2, but 5 or 6 or teenage years or early 20s, 30s. There are things that's going on back there that you're probably still holding on to that's causing you to have this feeling of, I don't know what to do next. I don't like where I'm at. I don't like where I'm living. I don't like my health. I don't like my wellness. I don't like my bank account. I don't like these people I hang out with. Like, there can be those little undertones. When you hear yourself saying that or feel that, then truly believe that there's something that wants to come up to be surfaced and looked at and have the light shined on it, but you're afraid. You're afraid to do that because you don't know what the outcome will be. And that's where being supported by someone who's been on the training ground, a life coach such as myself, who can really hold you, support you, guide you. You're held in confidence, you're held in sacred space so that you can be able to really identify what it is that might be underneath there that is changing the whole direction of your life because you're holding on to something that you don't even know that you're holding on to. And that's the magic. That's where me hiring my coaches years ago and me taking the time to really do the deep dives and overcoming situations and circumstances that I wasn't proud of, or ones that I didn't realize even were a part of my story now. And when I could dissect those and dive into them and really, have the conversation, and each week coming up with new information that add value to it, it is where I was able to say, you know what, I'm done with that. That's a movie. That's an old script. That's an old story. And I don't have to live that version of me anymore. I can just look at it as that's my past. That's my experience. We're all on our own journey. And, this is the journey I'm on. And those were the experiences I have. But moving forward, knowing how I handled things and did things, and moving forward, I want to create a new story. I want to take those lessons and experiences and transfer them over into this new vision I have for myself. And that's where the magic ignites in your system so that you can start creating your life by design. And it all boils down to what I am doing this week and offering those individuals who want an opportunity to flip your script, for fuck's sake, because enough is enough. That script is no good. It doesn't serve you. It has no value. So whatever you're telling yourself and programming yourself with, I want to ask you nicely to knock it off, and let's get together and work on flipping your script. I have a program that's going to be 10 weeks long, and it is going to take you deep into the trenches, but it's also going to raise you up. It's going to help you with your business, your relationships, your health, your wellness, all of those things that you feel are out of balance and that you're not able to stay committed, that you feel stuck, you don't know what the next best step is, and you are ready to set your life in motion and start living with happiness and joy, prosperity and abundance, not this doom and gloom and it's never going to work out for me and I just don't know what the hell to do. Don't know whether to shit or get off the pot, right? Like, it's one of those feelings. I want you to know the help is here. The solution and answers are available for you if you're willing to say yes and invest in yourself. Because procrastination is not sexy, but investing in yourself is totally sexy. And I don't buy any excuses that says you don't have the time and you don't have the money. Because if you had a loved one in the hospital right now that called you and said, I need you here right now, or I'm going to die and I need you to bring $10,000, I bet your ass would be there at a drop of a hat, because that is important to you. You make it a priority. You would drop everything that you have and you would make that happen. Now, I get it. You're saying, well, that was a life or death situation, Melissa. I mean, anyone would do that. Who wouldn't do that? Why are you not doing it for yourself? This is a life or death situation for you. You can keep living your life feeling unfulfilled, feeling the non-happiness, like just not being in gratitude and just being a grunt butt. And that to me is not living a life by design or by the abundant opportunities and the infinite possibilities you have here. So it's a life or death situation for you. So putting a value on yourself, it's like, how do you do that? How do you put a value on yourself? Because you're priceless. Your birthright is to come here and have a great experience and live life to the fullest. And I want you to really take that into some deep consideration and thought, that the time and money is just an excuse. It's just a story. Someone's programmed that for you. You've believed that to be true. But if you had all the money that you desired and was ready to jump in and fully get the support, help, tools, tips, tricks, all of that to move you forward to the next version of your life so that you can live really in a manner that your mind's eye sees, but you're not creating it in your reality, I think you would say yes. So that's all I'm going to say for now. I just want to really bring you this message into you. I want to hit it hard. I know I've used some language today. I hope that, that sparks you and shakes you a little bit, because sometimes those words is what you need to hear. And so if you're willing to take this trip with me and say, yes, I'm ready to flip my script, for fuck's sake, I'm done with this, I want to jump on board, Melissa, let's do this, then there's a link below, or message me and we're going to get you going. And there's some really good bonuses along along with this. So this is the time. This will take us into almost the end of October. So you'll just be setting yourself up for greatness now and more greatness later. And, it's really going to shift and change the way you see things. And if you've been one of my clients, you know the experience that you have. And if you're also a former client ready to jump back in, this is the answer. This is where you want to start. But I also am open. I have 2 spots open for one-on-one coaching. So if you're someone that wants to be more private, not in a group setting, then message me and let's talk about what the possibilities would look like for you to do one-on-one coaching with me. So as always, I hope this resonates with you, my friend. I'm sending you tons of love, lots of light, and I look forward to seeing you showing up for yourself, taking the time and investing and taking your life from stuck to unstoppable. Bye now.